Greetings, I'm Dev the developer.
And I'm Glitch.
Up until now, everything we have built in HTML has looked like a plain document. Browser defaults, no color, and no design. This lesson changes that. We are covering what CSS is, why it exists separately from HTML, and the basic syntax for writing it. HTML gives a page structure and meaning. CSS gives it appearance. They are separate concerns on purpose. HTML says this is a heading or this is a paragraph. CSS says headings are dark blue and large and paragraphs have comfortable spacing. That separation has real practical value.
Wait, so they are two separate languages that work together.
Two separate files, two separate jobs. The HTML defines what something is. The CSS defines how it looks. And because they are separate, you can change the entire visual design of a website without touching a single line of HTML. Think of HTML as the floor plan of a house. CSS is the paint, the furniture, and the lighting. The structure stays the same. The experience changes completely.
So you could link one style sheet to every page on a site and control how the entire thing looks from a single file. One change propagates everywhere simultaneously.
That's exactly right. This is one of the main reasons external style sheets exist, which we'll get into in the next lesson.
That's actually a lot of power for one file. Change one thing, the visual transformation is total. Every page, every visitor.
Within one website, yes. That is just the benefit of keeping styles centralized. Glitch, open up a new CSS file and write something we can look at the syntax of. A CSS rule has two parts, a selector and a declaration block. The selector identifies which HTML elements the rules apply to. The declaration block is everything inside the curly braces. Inside it, you write one or more declarations, and each declaration is a property value pair.
Okay, so body is the selector, then the curly braces are the declaration block, and each line inside is one declaration.
Right. Background color is a property. Pound 1A, 1A, 2E, or whatever color you choose, is the value. They are separated by a colon, and the declaration ends with a semicolon. Always include that semicolon, even on the last declaration in the block. The last one technically does not require it, but leaving it off causes errors when you add a new line later and forget the missing one. There is one more piece of the name worth understanding before we close. The C in CSS stands for cascading. That refers to how the browser resolves conflicts when two rules both try to style the same element. There is a set of rules that determines which one wins. We will spend a full lesson on that later.
And so some rules win over other rules, based on specificity.
Based on specificity, order, and a few other factors. For now, just know the cascade exists and that understanding it is a significant part of writing CSS confidently. The name is not an accident. Selectors to target elements, properties and values to describe appearance, cascade to resolve conflicts. Everything that comes in the next several lessons builds on these three ideas. Open a CSS file and write your first rule. Don't just watch it. Do it.